Get Up Show, IRL edition. And today we're in Manhattan again. Yesterday, if you tuned in for that show, we went over what careers people were involved in to live in the city. So today we're going to continue that with part two of this expedition. Excuse me, you two. Hi, how are you doing today? Um, do you mind? Do you have like 2 minutes for a quick survey? No. All right, that's fine. Uh, just so you know, it was about like what people do, like careers, like to live in Manhattan. All right. All right. So I'm still trying to stick the landing on like the delivery to have people interested. But first one, it's always rough. But let's get it. And as you all come in, as you all join, leave a like so you could have us on the algorithm and hit that notification button for more content like this. So usually, and quick announcements. We usually have two different formats of the show. So this is one of the formats, the IRL version and the sit down version, which I'm sure you all are familiar with, where we go over pop culture news and topics that you might be interested in getting entertained by. But this is more of a in-person, more personal, and hopefully more interactive. So as you all join in, you know, I want to hear your thoughts on the topics. So, excuse me, miss. Do you have like time for a quick interview? No? All right, that's fine. All right. Well, what's going on, Gaza World? Gaza World, what's up? What's up? Go logo. I know we support ICE. Wait, what's ICE? ICE is the oh yeah, that's the administration, right? To deport. Didn't they have a different name for that though? Like immigration. Now they're ICE. Same company. But anyway, what's up, cutie? What's up? What's up? Leave a like as you're joining in. All right, we got 15 people in the queue, but zero likes so far. We need at least 10 likes for every viewer we see. So if we got 15 viewers, we need at least 150 likes, right? Right now. No, I'm just kidding. Excuse me, ladies. Would you be interested in a quick interview? No? Ah, shit. All right. So I'm still getting better at the delivery, but how about this? All right. So how are you doing today? Hi. Hi, this guy. So how are you doing today? We're uh, I'm looking to see what people do in the city to be able to live here. Now that sounds like you're scheming. Like, what do you do? What if someone sucks dick, sucks dick to stay in the city? It's gonna be hard to just say that, but anyway, let's see here. Let's see here, folks. Let's see who our first interviewees are. It has to be someone who's interested and not just like rushing in a rush. Velvet. Somebody else's water. What is that? Lunch? There's that lunch. But let's see. Uh, let's see. All right. I feel like I have to just post up in one area and just ask people there. That way. Let's try that and let's see if it works. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Do you mind having a quick interview? I could give you let you know the topic if you're interested. I'm doing a interview show, like just asking people like what they do, like career wise, like to be able to. Oh, you're in high school? Oh shoot, yeah. Y'all don't work, so y'all good. All right, well, all right. So uh, he's on the phone. Excuse me, sir. Do you have time for a quick interview? Absolutely. All right. I got a mic for you.
You picked a good person to interview.
So yeah. So do you mind being on camera or no?
Go for it. Yeah.
So I'm here today. You're here today with the Get Up Show,
Nice to meet you.
and today we're asking people like what they do to be able to live in the city.
Well, my name is Eric Golden. If you go on Wikipedia, type in revolutionary, go to the nonviolent revolutionary section. I'm the first example. I'm also a drill artist. So as far
Drill
as
artist.
yeah, a producer, rapper, DJ. I play piano and then
Nice.
shred over my own beats and freestyle rap at the same time. Kind of raise the bar a little bit, but I'm discovered, and I don't really make a living. I kind of just don't. I live in the shelter. I prefer to live on the front lines of the class war. So
Okay.
I get 3 meals a day. I'm fine. I'm chilling. There's a lot of hate in there, but it is what it is, and I get better at fighting it each and every day.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know.
You gotta do
Please,
what you gotta do,
you're
and
doing what you love to do, and you're free. You know.
yeah, unity is strength. To cooperate is to be free. Freedom is a shared element of society. We are most free when we work with each other. We've been a tribal species since the beginning, and for some reason today people think that they can just walk around,
Yeah,
be on their
gotta
phones.
gotta be alone, like by
Yeah,
yourself, do everything by
that's the
yourself.
death sentence, I think.
Yeah, I
That's it.
mean that's how the most successful people like do it. They form a community, like
Absolutely, you're right.
and like share things amongst themselves, like whether it be like supplies or um, like jobs or
Yeah, it's networking. It's who you know.
yeah,
It's difficult to do that. A lot of people have trouble. We're gonna wait for the. Yeah, that's something that is almost like a privilege, I think, because being a social butterfly or having social skills is something that you're not born with. It's something you're raised with,
yeah.
and you don't get to pick how you're raised.
Something you have to learn
Yeah,
sometimes.
and I've taught myself for sure. I used to be a nerd, and like not a cool nerd because like today there's cool nerds. I was the kind of nerd that would post on Reddit. So that's a joke, but basically,
Post on Reddit.
yeah.
Oh, like keyboard warrior,
Yeah,
like on the
Sir, is if you
browser.
violated the rules, rule number 3, you must indicate a Discord mod. But I think right now we're at a critical point where these small communities aren't enough. We have to organize on a scale that would be comparable to the civil rights movement of the '60s,
Yeah,
and there's no one out there doing that except myself.
yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like, there's no one out there. Like, people are waiting for like some sort of martyr to do it.
You're looking at them. I have a PA system. I went. There's a cover over a power outlet in Chick-fil-A, and someone who wasn't me went and kicked it and said, "Ow, my foot," pretending like it was an accident. And I got my PA system charging in there right now, and then I'm gonna go give a speech. That's what I do every day. I'm not trying to like self-aggrandize. The Wikipedia thing just got like certified, so I'm pretty proud of that. But I try to set an example. I see people preaching Jesus all the time, preaching salvation in the afterlife, and it's like, what about salvation in the life we're living right now?
Yeah,
Where's the
yeah. You can't forget about that part. You know.
But also, I understand why people might not want to do it because I get attacked constantly every day. Yet just yesterday, I was jumped, kicked in the head, and called a faggot.
Damn.
And
For
no,
real?
this is a common thing. This happens all the time.
Damn.
I've been sprayed with
I
bear
can
mace.
imagine in the city.
It happens. That's you put yourself at risk as a revolutionary, as someone head and a legacy. So you have to sacrifice.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
people.
mean that's the. It depends, like what solution or what results you want out of life. Like yeah, and I told this about myself before. Like I've wanted to like go to Haiti and like be able to like do things like politically over there,
That'd be really cool.
and like build businesses and companies over there. But people who come from there used to tell me all the time, like, dude, don't go to Haiti. You want to do what? Like they'll
It's
kill
rough.
you. Like they'll
That's why I go to the Bronx. I go to Third Avenue, 149th Street, a place notorious. You walk out there and you go to the plaza, and half the benches are taken up by people drooling over themselves on
man. Oh
K2.
yeah,
And that's unfortunate. It's a K2
yeah.
epidemic, but
I see that
that's
everywhere.
the jungle for real. And I go out there
Yeah,
with expensive equipment, and I've not been robbed once because people will respect the bravery, and more than you would think. It's kind of like a power move. You got to be like
you got
alpha
to be
about it.
yourself as much as you can.
That
I feel
too.
like that's what it is.
That absolutely. That's part of it. You also got to like, you know, just if someone's gonna rob you, you don't show fear. You say, okay,
No,
take it from me.
yeah,
Go ahead.
try
Try
it.
me.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your
And
name, by
then
the
like
way?
you show them you're crazier.
What's your name?
Sendes,
Sunday.
Sendes, Sendes,
Can you spell it for me?
Sendes.
Sindres. I like that.
Yeah, Sam. What's your name?
I'm Era Golden.
Era. Wait, so you go as Era or
I'm transgender. My name is Era.
okay?
My government name is Kyler, but I'm non-binary transgender, meaning I identify they're them. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is like if someone's talking about me over the phone, someone who's not met me, when they call me they instead of he or she, they bring to the conversation or to the mind less of an expectation of what attitude. Like if I was a woman, they might be like, oh yeah, that's just a woman being bratty, or if I'm a man, oh that's just a man being a man, ignorant, whatever. If I'm the those expectations are severed from the image of me they have in their mind, and I simply am able to exist as only myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when I'm non-binary, when I'm they them, I'm simply myself. I'm not a woman.
Yeah, like you're not like limited basically or like put in a box of where the grade of like where society itself defines you as
Yeah,
like whereas like
and
you define like who you are.
gender roles they have a huge weight on people's
Yeah, I actually never thought about it like that.
really.
Nah.
Oh, gender roles rule our society, man. Like it used to be way worse. Women would stay in the house, men would go be the breadwinners. But it wasn't always like that. Like hunter gatherers, everyone would share the duties, and it was like women were caretakers, just because they had the baby, but they also go out and hunt just as much. And there's just like this myth of this being a natural thing that women are supposed to be this way and men are supposed to be that way. It's bullshit. These categories of men and women are entirely socially constructed. And you think, oh, well, no, the hormones are different. It's true, but we all do have the same hormones at the end of the day. It's just the amounts of them. And we can just as easily categorize society into people who are over 6 feet tall and under 6 feet tall. You got talls and shorts, and it's like that's biological. That's a that's
Um,
you know what I mean?
yeah. And all right. So sorry, I actually have to go.
No worries. It's been a
It was
pleasure.
great to have you on. Um,
I'd like to say one last thing. I don't know if you know Jamaican culture. One's name in this. You're sending it. You fucking. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
send it.
I like that. I was
Yeah,
told
it
by
actually means message in Hindi.
I like in Hindi.
Yeah,
Like
sendes. It's a newspaper. That's the name of the newspaper. And also in Hindi, it means message or like a messenger.
and that's what you do. I really like that.
Yeah.
I was told by Damian Marley. I met him in the subway one time. He said my name Era like a lion. Like Era.
So I have
No
to
worries.
go.
I got you. Hit me up on Instagram at Trap House NASA. Please give me a shout.
At
Tag me.
work.
At Trap House NASA.
All right. Check check them out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the show. I hope you all enjoyed it, liked the video, and I hope to see you all here next time on the next episode of the Get Up Show. We've got work, and so when the money calls, the show gets cut off. So if you want this show to continue longer, you're gonna have to support the show, and it's gonna be in the description below. All right, we're out.